Hello everyone. The topic that I am going to cover in this video is cell phone addiction or mobile phone addiction. There are three main areas that I would like to cover in this video. First one is, what is actually cell phone addiction or mobile phone addiction? Number two, how much time you're allowed to spend on your phone? And number three, what are the psychological reasons for someone to develop cell phone addictive behavior? Now let us see what is cell phone addiction. Cell phone has become one of the essential parts of our day-to-day life. Nowadays, we don't use phones for just making phone calls, but we use our mobile phones to watch videos, movies, play online games, do online shopping, and also access social media sites like Facebook and Twitter. A lot of people use smartphones these days. There are more and more things you can accomplish from a push of your smartphone nowadays, and this has made people to spend more time on their cell phones with all kinds of applications. But we should keep an eye on the usage of our phone. Otherwise, this habit can become a real problem and people can become addicted towards using their phones. People really question whether this kind of cell phone overusage is a form of addictive behavior. The answer is yes. And this form of addictive behavior is similar to misusing alcohol, taking recreational drugs, and doing online gambling, which are all other forms of similar addictive behavior. Recent research done throughout the world concluded that 70 to 80% of the people are addicted to mobile phones. This includes men, women, children, teenagers, and older adults. The figure of 70 to 80% is quite staggering and shocking. Most people don't see this as a problem, which is very worrying. The cell phone addiction is a growing problem and people should take efforts to come out of it. If you are unable to come out of this problem despite taking adequate measures, then you have to consult a psychiatric doctor or psychologist for help, treatment, and advice. The next part is how much time you can spend on the phone. Now, this particular question is difficult to answer, but I can give you some guidance as to how much time you can spend on the phone. Although cell phones are predominantly used for communication and contacting people, these days people also use it for their work, business, and also study. If you are using your cell phone predominantly for communicating other people, then you should limit yourself to a maximum of 30 minutes per day. However, if you are using your cell phone for other reasons like work, business, then you should limit yourself to a total of 60 minutes per day, which is 1 hour. So an average of 30 to 60 minutes per day on the phone is acceptable. Anything more than this could lead to potential addictive behavior and can become a serious problem. Now, I would like to explain the psychological reasons for someone to develop cell phone addiction. Our brain produces different types of chemicals, and one of the chemicals is called dopamine. When the levels of dopamine in our brain goes up, it gives a sense of well-being, happiness, and satisfaction. Dopamine plays a critical role for motivating us and informing our reward-seeking behavior. Although dopamine is produced in different situations, there are two specific situations that I would like to mention. One is when our brain gets new information. Number two, when we get praise, rewards and appreciation, dopamine is produced. When you look at your phone, you get text messages, notifications, WhatsApp messages, etc. All these are new information. So whenever there is new information, our brain will start producing this chemical called dopamine. So dopamine is also helpful to motivate us, and we end up checking your phone again for new information. This becomes a vicious cycle, and when you get trapped into this vicious cycle, you develop addictive potential. When you check your phone, you also check into social media websites like Facebook and Twitter, where you get likes, and you also check for WhatsApp messages, where people can appreciate you and praise you for the messages. All these can lead to an increase in the dopamine levels in your brain. When the dopamine level goes up, it produces a happy feeling inside you. We all like to feel good, happy and satisfied. Therefore, we end up checking the phone again for social media sites, WhatsApp messages, etc. and get trapped into this vicious cycle, which can lead on to addictive behavior and further problems. In the next segment, I am going to talk about signs of cell phone addiction or mobile phone addiction. Thank you for watching this video, and if you wanted access for more health related information, please subscribe to our YouTube channel.